Hello, I want to say a quick word about Dan McClellan. And when he starts his videos, he goes, I am expert on religious studies in the Bible. And then he starts giving his attacks on scriptures and Christianity. And I am also an expert in religion in the Bible. I'm a Bible scholar. Went to seminary, went to Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary. And then I went to, I got a doctorate in doctrine and ministry from Houston Graduate School of Theology. I've written a lot of books on church history and biblical studies. So I'm a expert too on religious studies and history and the Bible. So this man doesn't have any exceptional knowledge. Seems to have a standard theological education, I imagine. I need to look into his background. So I've listened to some of his little talks, and you have to understand this guy's got an agenda. He's not a Bible scholar, he's a polemicist. I have my agenda too. And, I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible. I'm also a Bible scholar. And, it's not like he's just taking out Bible scholarship and putting it out there. He's a anti-Christian polemicist. And it's like, oh, he wears these superhero costumes. Well, I'm a comic book artist. I created superhero costumes and art. So this guy's he's a fraud. He's basically a fraud. Now, recently you had this was it Wes Huss and versus Billy Carson debate, where you had this man making all these, it was Billy Carson making all these claims about, oh, he's a Bible scholar and whatnot, and he's saying there's all this, lost books of the Bible, etc. And he sat down, he had a debate with Wes Huss, and Wes Huss just mopped the floor with him. So this man, Dan McClellan, he's not just objectively putting out facts about the Bible. A lot of his claims can be disputed. He's putting his own spin and slant on there. And I really don't trust him because I think he's putting a lot of disinformation out there. He's misinforming people. I was watching him recently give a talk, and because I'm as educated as he is, and I was looking at what he's saying, seeing if he's going to put any misinformation out there. He's not giving the full picture. He's just taking certain research or scholarship that aligns with him and his ideas. And there's scholars on the other side. Like I said, if he sat down and had a debate, it'd be pretty clear pretty quickly that this man is just not an objective historian putting the facts out there. He's putting his own spin, distortions, misinformation, disinformation out there. It's not balanced in his delivery. He's got an agenda. He's got an anti-Christian, anti-biblical. He's waging a one-man army against God and Jesus Christ and the Scriptures, which is doomed to fail. And there's as much reason to believe in the Bible as there's anything else out there. It's all what you want to believe. And I think there's a lot of evidence that does prove the truth of the Scriptures. There are problems too. I think we should be honest about it. Like, I believe in the historicity of the Exodus account, but there's no solid evidence that outside the Bible, that the Exodus occurred. Who was Moses? When did he live? I mean, I believe he did, and I've been working on research to construct, present evidence and reasons why it's reasonable to believe in the Exodus story. But and there's a lot. There is like circumstantial evidence. Do we have hard, indisputable evidence that Moses exists and the Exodus occurred? No. I mean, look at it. Some people are arguing that Moses and the Exodus occurred in the 1400s. Most people believe it occurred in the 1200s. I think the preponderance of evidence leans towards the 1200s. It's a complicated issue, and there's a lot of debates going on that. And I think that we should, be honest about where archaeology confirms the historical reliability of the Bible, and then where um, there's disputes and discussions and controversies. But my faith is in, like, just take for example, Jesus Christ. And one of the programs that Dan McClellan was giving is about ancient Romans on Jesus, the five or so. You got Josephus and Pliny, Tacitus, Justinius. We was talking about those things, and the New Testament and the four Gospels are the oldest sources that date. Majority of scholars date those to the first century. And for most of the epistles of Paul, biblical, just not even Christians just say these epistles were written by Paul. But this Dan McClellan character, he's just trying to, I don't know what his motivation. They aren't good, but he's trying to uh, destroy Christianity and go out there and attack Christians. Of course, there's an audience of atheists out there. What I'm saying, this is not balanced research. He's got this anti-Christian vendetta. He's got an agenda. And, I preach the gospel. I'm a preacher. Um, but when I do biblical research, I try to be objective and be honest with people and go where the facts lead. But that's not what this guy's about. He's trying to uh, gather all the, what he thinks in his mind is, evidence against the historical truth of the Bible. Um, not evidence to the contrary. He's not going to be out there and it's not fair and balanced. That's what I'm saying. If you want to see fair and balanced Bible scholarship, I would not recommend Dan McClellan at all. But even though I'm a Christian, I believe in the Bible. I believe this guy's divine inspiration. I can be honest and objective about, based on my research and scholarship, about where the facts lead. I have my beliefs, but I think evidence and doing historical research and consulting archaeological findings is important as well. And it illuminates understanding the Bible. And looking at other historical sources in the archaeological records is very important in increasing our knowledge of the scriptures. And also, if you want to defend the faith, you got to gather the facts together. But Don McClellan's not about gathering the facts together. It's about him waging. And so he's dishonest. He's dishonest about his motives, and he's not just presenting all the facts. He's presenting and distorting facts to present an argument, not go where the facts lead to attack people's and undermine people's faith in God and the Scripture, which I think is warranted. And then I believe in research, evidence, being educated about all these things. But so Jesus Christ came as a historical person. We have the apostolic witnesses of what happened. So do you believe in God? Do you believe that, John 3:16? It is a matter of faith, but I think we should have both. But this guy's got some kind of personal vendetta against the scriptures, against God, against Jesus Christ. It's not to be trusted. If you're going to go to Don McClellan, you're not just getting research. He's not just putting the latest discoveries of biblical scholarship out there. He's got an agenda, and he's got his vendetta. So just beware of this guy. But he does seem to have some of the education, but he's not. This is not fair and balanced or honest. But yeah, even see, that kind of makes him seem to be a little valid. Oh my goodness, he's got a degree in seminary. He went to a theological education and knows Bible scholarship. A lot of people do. And just like I said with that Billy Carson and what's it, the Huff character, that guy's a real Bible scholar. There's a lot of Bible scholars that look at the evidence and believe in the scriptures. This guy, I don't know what happened to him in his life, or I guess you can look and find out where he went to seminary, where he got his education, what this guy's deal is. He's just not a straight shooter. I'll just tell you that. So if you want to get a wider biblical education, I read different Bible scholars. Like, I'm evangelical, but I read Catholic. I got a Catholic study Bible I consult, and I look at some. I want to see solid, good scholarship, and research. I enjoy reading that. So I'm of different denominational backgrounds. Sometimes I'll read Bible scholarship. Somebody's an agnostic or an atheist. But there's a lot of atheists and agnostic Bible scholars that don't have this hatred and vitriol towards, the faith like this Don McClellan character does. So just beware. Beware, this guy does not have sincere and pure motives. He has a diabolical agenda, and he's not being honest or straight shooter. And I'd like to see him take up a debate with someone who is educated or as educated more than he is, and you'll see this guy's not being straight with you. So if you want to get some more information about the Bible and dig deep into scholarship, this Dan McClellan character is not to be trusted, because it's not to him, it's not about scholarship and where the facts lead. It's his personal, vendetta, his hatred and vitriol he has towards Christians, towards the scripture, and against God. So don't trust what this guy's saying, even though he does. I mean, I can attest that he has an education. It's pretty obvious, but he's spinning the facts for his own sinister goals and agenda. So if you're interested in biblical research, I would go elsewhere and avoid this Dan McClellan character.